Hey, Lee Robinson here from American Sentinel Canine. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate your support. I've created a new platform on our website called the ASC Discussion Forums, which stands for American Sentinel Canine Discussion Forums. And our goal is to create a platform that's user-friendly for our viewers and supporters and just other people that have a like-minded mindset that would like to find a place where people can work together without dealing with distractions or unproductive nonsense. We only have a certain number of days in our life, and we need to make sure that our time is spent efficiently with people that are pursuing common interests. And so let me go ahead and show you this forum and explain to you the benefits on why you should join this forum. In fact, I'm going to minimize myself and make this full screen. And here we have a list of reasons as to why you should join the American Sentinel Canine Discussion Forum. So these reasons include, do you have a training day scheduled that you might want to announce in our announcements tab or community tab? Are you tired of a bad advice, not knowing what advice you should trust or not trust? There's a lot of people out there that give advice on things that they know nothing about. Maybe they read 3 pages of an intro on a book, and then they're going to tell you what the whole book's about. That's not really advisable. We would like to know that if I ask somebody for advice on nutrition or exercise or training or whatnot, that they actually have a little bit of experience in the field. And it's hard to know who's credible and who's not credible. People need to prove it. So you should be able to identify reputable sources from unreputable sources. Do you prefer professional education over misinformation? Then this would be a good place for you. Are you interested in discussing canine training, conditioning, genetics, husbandry, or other canine-related topics? Do you have an upcoming canine event, a seminar, training day, workshop, or a dog show, or something else that's relative to the canine community? Then this would be a good place for you to announce it, and I'll show you where to do so. Do you have dogs available or a breeding announcement? We will allow that to occur even though we are a breeder. We're going to let some of our competitors even post on our forum as long as they do so in a professional manner and they don't have repeated strikes against them from clients that purchase from them or find them on our website. Are you interested in giving or listening to advice about canine gear reviews? Okay, so if let's say there's something out there that you really like and you want to share it with the world, you can do that here. If there's something that you're interested in and you want to ask about it, you can do that here. Do you have opinions or questions about a particular breed or breeds of dogs? You can discuss that here and I'll show you where to do so. Do you want to help others with their dogs, or do you need help with your own dog? And this would be a great place for you. Are you tired of getting on social media just to be distracted by irrelevant content? You had something specific that you wanted to do, you sat down to do it, and you got distracted, and next thing you know, you forgot what you were trying to do. We need to eliminate such distractions so we are effective with our time. We only have a limited number of days in our life, and we need to be effective in how we spend them. And do you also want to avoid how social media dictators suppress your content? You can disagree with me and your post will be allowed as long as you're respectful. You can keep things professional and seek growth in the industry, and that's fine. As long as you're respectful and professional, you don't use foul language, and you're not trying to destroy somebody. You're arguing about views rather than people. Let's keep the topics about philosophies and ideas and not about personal attacks. Our canine forum is for those with proven concepts, not just theory. Sign up today and we look forward to your comments, thoughts, and questions. The American Sentinel Canine Discussion Forum, where evidence beats opinion. So let's look at what this forum is actually going to consist of. So that's the why you should join the forum. We have working dog topics. On the working dog topics, you will see these 4 tabs: the fundamentals of play, obedience training, socialization, scientific theory, etc. Then we have topics on protection dogs. We have canine equipment and gear, and we have some hog dog content. And we've went ahead and started a couple of topics here in each of these, just so there'll be something when new viewers come to check it out. We have topics on canine genetics. So you can look in here, what is the ancestral loss coefficient? Does it matter? Watch this video before buying a dog or a puppy. Raising the bar, breeding better dogs. We're going to have more content dropped here, and we invite you to drop your own content here as well. Next, canine husbandry, confinement, medical, and nutrition. This section here will be expanded quite a bit. Right now we just have a little bit about Wissy Wash, but we will add some content about kennel design, chain setup, and other types of things. Medical maybe as well, maybe a little bit of nutrition. Understanding the breed. So here, if you click on this section, you'll see the American Pit Bull Terrier, the American Sentinel, other working band dogs, the various herder breeds. It could be the Malinois, Dutch Shepherd, German Shepherd. There's others, Bavarian, etc. Then you have your Mastiff breeds and then other breeds. Okay, that's that section. Then we have a community tab. And if you look on the community tab, this section here requires a set of rules that we ask our viewers follow. These rules are posted in every section of the community tab. So let's look at them real quick. We ask in the community tabs, if they have embedded links that you understand, post approval will be required. This is to prevent spam on the group, obviously, and also because this is my own website, we want to prevent liability for content that we didn't publish. Okay, so if somebody else is publishing content to our website, I would like to be able to see what's going to be hosted on my website to make sure I do the best that I can. Obviously, there's laws that protect me from content that's published by other people, but at the same time, I still want to do the best that I can to prevent inappropriate content from being on our website. Training days, workshops, and shows. If you're going to have a training day, a workshop, or a show, you need to post who is hosting the event. If there's a guest speaker, trainer, decoy, judge, or presenter, you should post who is going to come and be the guest speaker, decoy, trainer, etc., and list their qualifications. You should disclose if this event is free or if there's a charge. If there's a prepayment, that's understandable. Just disclose it. Nothing wrong with a prepayment being required, and there's nothing wrong with it being non-refundable. If it requires you to do something on your part and you've committed, then they should understand that as well. All we ask is that you disclose it. If there's any additional requirement, let's just say it's a level 2 workshop and you need to have already attended level 1. That type of stuff needs to be disclosed. Must state the date and the location. Breeders, if you're going to announce your dogs or puppies for sale on this site, you need to understand if both dogs are not working dogs, we're not going to allow it. This is a working dog website, so we're only going to allow working dogs to be posted here. Puppies can be posted if both of the parents have been working. Okay, so if both of the parents work, whether it be protection work, hog work, or some other type of work that's legitimate, then you can post the dog here in our discussion forum. You must state if there's any health testing that's been done. And if there's not any health testing done, that's your prerogative, but it needs to be disclosed so the buyer understands what they're purchasing. If you're announcing a breeding, you must state the price and the location of the pups. You also must disclose the pedigree, who are the parents, who are the grandparents, etc. And if their dogs are registered, you must state where they are registered with. If the dog is guaranteed, you need to disclose the terms and details of that guarantee. If there's no guarantee, that is your prerogative. You just have to disclose it so the customer knows what they're getting into. No illegal content is permitted. I reserve the right to remove any listing. For the buyers, you need to understand it's your job to verify that your source is credible. I'm not going to be involved in that transaction, so you buy at your own risk. But if you have a bad experience, let me know. Okay, I don't want to allow people to sell products on my website if they're not going to be stand up. I do not get a fee for this service. This is something we're allowing you to do here for free. Do your own research about the breeder. Make sure they're credible. Do your own research about the dogs to make sure the breeder consistently produces what you are seeking. Make sure the breeder provides you evidence to verify their claim. If they make a claim but do not show proof, they're lying. For example, our dogs can do protection work, but my lawyer says I cannot share photos or videos of it because it could be held against me in court. You should know that they're lying because that claim itself could be held against them in court. So if they're going to make that claim, they need to provide the evidence. If you can't provide the evidence, don't make the claim. All right, let's go back to our communities tab. So in the communities tab, you'll notice each one of these tabs, whether it be a pit bull announcement, a band dog announcement, herders available, mastiffs available, maybe a canine transporter contact, or other announcements, we're going to have those same rules listed in each one of these. So that's why there's one listing. Now I see here I've got a couple listings. Let's look at this. I've made an announcement as an example of Robinson's cane. So this is a video. You can see Kane here. He's about a 6-month-old dog now. He's registered with the ADBA. He's priced at $2,000. He's guaranteed to be free of genetic defects for a minimum of 2 years. Our replacement guarantee does not include shipping. So all this requirements are disclosed. I need to add that both of his parents are hip x-ray tested. I think it actually shows in the post below. We'll see. So here's a link to his ancestors. You can click on that in a new tab. And we'll go here and you can see here is his pedigree, but that's not the purpose right now. So we're going to go back to our other tab and scroll on down. This is the sire. There's the sire's hip x-ray. There's the dam. There's the dam's hip x-ray. And there's proof of the breeding. And then here is Frankie Bomp, which the dog is double bred on because Frankie Bomp is the sire to both the sire and the dam. And then we have his hip x-ray as well. And then we have a photo of Kane's older brother and a photo of Kane's older sister because this is a repeat breeding. Okay, so that's just an example of how a breeding should be posted. So that was the communities tab. Next, we have testimonials where people can describe their experiences here with American Sentinel Canine. Then we have a members only section. This members only section is going to replace our current paid subscription service. So I'm going to reach out to all the people that have bought access to our members only section. I will reimburse any outstanding prorated balance that they have on their subscription, give that back to them if they want to use that to purchase the members only section. This actually allows me to have better communication. So they can submit a video, I can review the video and share the content back with them. And we're also going to take our hidden articles that we have on our members only section and drop them down into that members only section. Okay, so now you might think, well, okay, so how do I create an account? Well, you'll just look up here on the top right. There's going to be a link for you to create your account. Once you create your account, you can go into settings, and from settings, you can choose how often you want to be notified about updates, whether it be weekly, daily, and for me, I have it set up immediately so I can approve the posts as they come in. Okay, and once you do that, you can go to your account and your edit profile, and you can write a little description about yourself. After you write your description about yourself and your experience and whatnot, you can click Save these changes. And when you're done with that, you have created your profile. So then you can check it out to make sure everything looks the way you want it to look. And here's what we see about, that's the last, oh, these are your last topics. Okay, so you'll see the last, all your posts, your last topics, etc. All right, let me go back to the main page. You can take your about information if you want to, and you can introduce yourself. And you might think, well, why would I want to introduce myself on the forum? We've already told you why you might want to join the forum, but by introducing yourself, maybe you can actually find some people in your area that have a common interest. Well, I hope that you find this beneficial, and welcome to our forum. Y'all take care and have a blessed day. See you around.